Hello, family. I hope all is well. Hope you're having a wonderful day.
I love
We're
it.
going to listen to this young man and this young lady uh, talk about, talk to us. Foundation Black American Indians, and the Hebrew Israelites. And I just want to say you guys are great. You ladies are great. You gentlemen are great. I love y'all. And y'all are very special, and you are champions. And leave your comments. They're welcome. Like. You can share if you agree. You could go over to YouTube and also check out my content under Cozy's News at Poopadoo 1760. Here we go. Mwah, mwah. Lots of love.
Ahead than we did. It is what it is. Spread love is the working way.
To the Latino people, Latino population, the Latino community, how embarrassing. After this man has spoke about y'all like dogs, said at one of his rallies that he doesn't even think of y'all as people, you went out there and put in the most work to make sure that man got into office. If you all know me, you know that I have been very inclusive in a lot of my messages. I have included the Latino community. I've included a lot of different communities, the non-racist portions of them. Here's how we correct that. From this point forward, there will be no mention of any other groups in my videos other than Black people. I can't understand how y'all, Latinos, Hispanics, sit up here and go out of your way to get that man put in office after that man pretty much promised to get all your family members, all of your friends, all of your loved ones deported. And with this newfound unity that's going on the rise all over social media, I want you Black people to understand something. I want Black people, I want all of you to understand something. Think bigger. Stop thinking so limited. Okay, imagine if we use this unity to build our own Black America. Imagine if we use this unity to fix our households. Imagine if we use this unity to clean up these streets and get all our babies out these streets so they can stop dying in them. Imagine if we fix this communication between the Black man and the Black woman. Do you understand how powerful we can be? There is no limit on how powerful we can be other than the limit we place on ourselves. We place a ceiling on ourselves because of the fact of how we've been conditioned throughout history to think of ourselves as less than. Black men are a lot more aligned with you Black women than you thought. So stop with all this Black men and versus Black women. Stop with all this trying to segregate yourselves off from each other. Stop with all of this clan member talk. Stop with all of this trying to destroy your own power. Stop trying to destroy the Black family. Stop trying to destroy your own power. The Black man and the Black woman is nothing without each other. We are nothing without each other. We need each other to thrive. That is just the bottom line. If you have an issue with that, then you have an issue with yourself. It ain't got nothing to do with me. You have an issue with yourself. You need to go look in the mirror and get you some therapy. Because we need each other to thrive. Again, there will be no more mention of any other groups on my page. This page is now strictly pro-Black.
And I'll be back with commentaries.
So this is a message for Hispanic people or Latina people, not just the white presenting Latinos, all of them, including the more Afro Latinos, when it comes to this whole deportation thing and solidarity with the Black community. You guys have no right to be angry at Black people who choose not to want to support or have solidarity with you. And the only reason why I say this is because the amount and level of disrespect that we Black Americans have suffered from the Hispanic community when we tried to have solidarity in the past is astronomical. And you guys know about that disrespect. Because try being a Latina woman with your whole family and bring home a Black man as your boyfriend and tell them that you want to marry him. And how would your family respond to that? Because I know a lot of you, if you brought home a Black person, like a Black American, your family is not having that. So how could we possibly have solidarity when the whole family is like, you bring home a black person and it's just like their head starts spinning and they have an issue with that. On top of that, and also what adds insult to injury is basically saying when Hispanic people deny racism, like the fact that they're racist and the fact that they're colorist, the first time that it hit me about the Hispanic racism in back in your own countries is when Black Panther, the second Black Panther came out, and the guy who played Namor, I forgot his name, the guy who played Namor talked about how you guys treat darker skinned people and indigenous people in your own countries. And that mentality, you guys bring it here into this country, especially after we Black people have went through a lot of strides in this country to get certain things put in place for civil rights. And instead of leaving that at the door in those countries, you guys bring those mindsets with you. And then on top of that, literally here on TikTok, there was a girl who had like 1 million views, and I still have the video and I can pull it, where she was talking about, she was only 20. And she was I can tell she was having a hard time articulating herself because she was crying and emotional. She was talking about how she experienced racism and discrimination from our Hispanic community. And she said she was an Afro-Latina, and how she couldn't get a job and couldn't get hired. And a lot of these jobs are expecting you to speak Spanish. And so when I came behind her and I pointed out, yes, there are some things in the Hispanic community, what she's saying is true. It's just like the responses that I was getting from Hispanic people is just like the gaslighting that I would get from white people who try to deny racism. It's basically they were trying to say, oh, well, she wasn't qualified for the job. She wasn't. The same shit white people say. So if you do not have, none of you guys have a right to be mad at any Black person for not wanting to stand behind y'all in solidarity. Because from me, I used to work a job when I was younger in a restaurant, and the Hispanic dudes, a whole bunch of Hispanic dudes back there, and they was not American, and they would just say the craziest stuff, and I had to check them. And after I checked them, they ain't saying nothing to me after that. Even with my best friend, she worked in a restaurant, a whole bunch of Hispanic dudes working in the back, calling her the hard ER and the B word, and she checked them, and they ain't say nothing to her after that. They ain't say nothing to her after that. So a lot of us Black Americans have very negative experience with you Hispanic people who, you guys are very racist. You have disrespected us. And so, yeah, we're aware of the disrespect. And I understand maybe on an individual level where if it's a Hispanic, a Hispanic person that I know on an individual level, that's something completely different. But as a collective level, Hispanic people have not broken down their own racism and white supremacy and disrespect. And they fail to realize that in this system, in the United States of America, you guys, whether you want to acknowledge it or not, I don't care how pale your skin is, if you're a Hispanic person, you're closer to a Black person than you are to a white person on this hierarchy. And Asian people are actually higher up on the hierarchy than you guys are. So if Black people don't want to be in solidarity and don't want to help, I don't feel like we should not be shamed for it. And you guys have no right to misdirect your anger towards us. If a Black woman says, I'm not protecting these kids, if ICE comes, whatever, or if a Black person says, I'm calling ICE, or if a Black person says, oh, well, I'm not going to support, I'm just going to sit back and rest and this, that, and that. Y'all have no right to be angry with us. No right. No right to be angry with us, especially after all the disrespect that not only we take from you guys, but other immigrant groups do it to us too, especially the Asians. And to add insult to injury, for me to find out that Asian people, and I don't know how true this is with the Hispanic people, but I heard that Hispanic people wanted to be classified closer to white than they did back in the day, instead of being in solidarity with Black people for fighting for civil rights and equal rights, which is just insane to me. And it was I wish I kept the video. It was one Hispanic civil rights activist that basically was saying, oh, the Black man's struggle or the Black struggle is not our struggle, this, that, and third. So they just basically didn't want to have solidarity with us. So please, don't ask the Black community.
I think the saddest aspect of what we've learned about the Latino, the Muslim vote, just other minorities in general, is that they felt like this was a way for them to protest. And being that we are the people that have protested and changed the laws the most, you would have thought y'all would listen to people who know what they're doing. We have forced America to live up to its ideals at every turn in our experience in this country. And the fact that y'all did not listen to us when we told you that is not the way to do it, that is not the way to do it, to blame the party you think you could control the most, because that's what that was. We should have been able to make Kamala pay for what Biden didn't choose to do.